Hello and welcome to the ServiceM8 launch event for 2019. Thank you so much for joining us today. How's everybody feeling? I can't read the comments, so hopefully you're good. Anyway, we have some exciting stuff to share with you today, and I can't wait to go through it with you all. But first, this year's launch is going to be a little bit different from previous years. We felt like last year we went into a little bit too much detail, so this year we're just going to power through and hopefully finish in around 20 minutes. If you want to learn more afterwards, you can read the help articles and videos that will be available. Okay, to kick off, let's talk about the last 12 months. Last September, we released a huge range of features and functionality. To save time, we won't go through them all. But if you haven't heard of quote options, asset management, knowledge base, supplier invoice importing, global search, or learning roadmap, then make sure you watch the video from last year. Since last year's launch, we've made some other improvements. We introduced a new reporting engine. It's faster, looks better, and has this cool animation on load. We improved inbox work order scanning. Now even more types of PDF work orders can be automatically scanned for job details when they arrive in your ServiceM8 inbox. We've added a bunch of suppliers to smart barcode scanning. So if you use products from any of these suppliers, you can now scan them directly onto your jobs without needing to add them into your account first. We introduced some security enhancements, two-step authentication, an easy way to increase the login security of your account, and account activity logs, which allows you to see the history of key actions in your account, like data exports, logins, add-on activation, etc. Our developer community has continued to enhance ServiceM8's functionality as well, with a number of great new add-ons. And finally, the form store has continued to grow, with even more variety and industry-specific forms. The last few years, we've really focused on expanding ServiceM8's functionality to solve more problems and support industry-specific requirements. This year, we've really focused on ServiceM8's fundamentals. So I'm very excited to introduce you to ServiceM8 8.0. Our focus with ServiceM8 8.0 is around three areas: improved visibility, better communication, and admin reduction. These are some of the fundamental areas behind ServiceM8 and what makes it so powerful for your business. We've also, of course, added support for iOS 13, ensuring that day one, when you download that update, everything works correctly and you can take advantage of the latest improvements. Let's start by going over the changes in iOS 13 that are relevant to you. First of all, they've made some great improvements to Siri shortcuts. They now support starting automations based on your actions, like when you leave home, arrive at a specific location, like a supplier, or get in your car. With a bit of imagination, there's an opportunity to automate a fair bit of your workflow here. They introduced Quick Path. Takes a bit to get used to, but it's a really fast way to type with one hand, just by swiping around the keyboard. No idea how this technology works, but it's actually pretty good. They introduced a new way of closing certain windows just by swiping down. We've added support for this in several areas to make one-handed use better, which is especially useful for quickly reviewing jobs in your job list. You can tap to view and swipe down to close. You can also dismiss filters, job actions, forms, emails, etc. They also introduced a new dark mode, designed to make it easier to read in the dark. We've added support for this too, which will be handy when working on jobs at night. We've also improved a few other areas of existing iOS functionality, AI Measure is more accurate and has a better explanation to help you get started. We've improved our text size support across the app, so if you like your text big, you can ramp this setting up and everything works correctly. And finally, the camera in ServiceM8 has improved autofocus. Okay, let's talk visibility. We have some really exciting improvements today around where staff are and what they're doing, booking times, and visibility into account data. First up, we've given the online calendar a bit of love, with a fresh design and improved layout. Plus, you can now see the suburb on each booking. When you need to know more about a job, that info is just a click away. Quickly see the status, job description, and full job address. You can even click from booking to booking without closing the window. And click here to open up the job. The app calendar has also been updated. The job number is now visible, and it's possible to scroll as far forward or back as you like. In 2017, we introduced the ability to schedule directly from the job card. This included suggested bookings, which suggested times your staff are available, taking travel time and other bookings into account to optimize efficiency. The problem was, it's hard to book a job without seeing where it falls on a team member's schedule. There's no schedule context. You had to click the suggested booking and just believe it was going to end up in the right place. There wasn't enough visibility. So we wanted to fix this. So today we're introducing Booking Preview. Now you can see how the suggested booking actually fits into your schedule, with jobs before and after. You can even see the estimated travel time from the previous job. You can still filter the options down to a specific staff member or date and look through the suggested times until you find one that suits. If you want to book the job manually, you can enter all the fields and see a preview of how it will fit into your schedule. Plus, and possibly even more useful, the same feature is available in the app. Simply tap on the suggestion to see a preview. Tap again to view more of the calendar. And the same as online again, if you enter all the fields, you'll see exactly where that booking will land. This makes it super quick to confidently book the most efficient time in your business. A big component of visibility is knowing where your staff are and what they're doing. The GPS in ServiceM8 is currently okay, but we wanted it to be better. We wanted you to be able to look at the map at any time of the day and confidently know where your staff are and what's going on, then make decisions without having to double check with your team. But we wanted to achieve this improvement to GPS without increasing battery usage. And that's the real challenge, because providing live GPS updates is easy. Providing good GPS without draining your battery is hard. So we completely rebuilt the GPS system from the ground up, and the results are really exciting. The GPS now provides consistent and accurate positioning information while using less battery power. How is this possible? Well, among a bunch of different things, ServiceM8 now knows when you're on the move and when you've stopped, which means it doesn't need to constantly update your GPS while you're stationary on site. And because we now know when you're moving or when you're stopped, we can actually give you some useful information. Now when you click on a staff member, you can see how long ago they were at that location. And if they stopped at a location, say a supplier, you can see how long ago they arrived. This is simple, but gives you a much better picture of what's going on. Finally, we ramp up the GPS whenever your device is plugged into power, or when you're using a navigation app. So you can have near real-time staff locations if you simply have chargers in your vehicles. And if your business uses the Track My Arrival feature, which allows customers to see you drive to site, we'll automatically increase the GPS whenever the customer is watching to ensure they have an uber great experience. No? Okay. The Track My Arrival page has also been improved. The ETA is now much clearer and the page looks much nicer. Okay, so you now know where your staff are, but what are they doing? Let's say a customer has called and wants to know how far away one of your staff are. Well, now when a staff member starts navigating to a job, you can see their ETA and can provide an instant professional response. Sam will be there in 21 minutes. And when they arrive on site, you can also now see how long they've been there. And finally, when you're working from the staff schedule, you can see the same information, whether they're traveling or working on a job. And if you hover on it, you can see which job and for how long. This all means that office staff have a better understanding of what's going in the field and more information to make good, quick decisions. Now let's talk about time tracking. We wanted to do more to help with charging for billable time and tracking labour. When staff are on shift, time spent on jobs, travel time, and so on. ServiceMate's always helped track this time, but with so much going on in the business, it's easy to forget to check in, check out, or clock on and clock off, which leads to incorrect time data. Now, one solution would be to make it possible for you to edit the data. But we hate that idea because it wouldn't solve the problem. It would just add another admin task for you to do in the business. And if you didn't do it, the data would remain incorrect. And we don't want to add admin tasks. We want to eliminate them. So the ultimate solution would be to have ServiceMate just know what you're doing and automatically track your time. So that was our goal. Create a system that if you forget to check in, check out, clock on, clock off, or navigate to a job, ServiceMate would catch it and fix it. But unfortunately, it turned out to be impossible. I mean, completely automated time tracking? Nah, we bloody did it! Introducing automated time tracking. Now, when you arrive at work in the morning, you'll see this. From there, maybe you head to a job for a client. A few minutes after you arrive, you'll get this. And if you forget to check out when you leave, a couple minutes later, you'll get this. And finally, when you finish work for the day, if you forget to clock off, you'll get this. But what about travel time to the job? Well, if you forget to navigate to a job, it will automatically add and backdate your time travel to when you left from your previous location. All of this means that time tracking is now easier, more accurate, and more consistent. It means field staff can focus on their jobs and clients and less on clocking times. And it means you can capture and charge your billable time consistently. To help take advantage of this improved information, we've made two other updates. Firstly, we've updated how the job card displays track time. Job time now shows the total time you were checked into the job, excluding travel. Previously, this included travel time. And when you hover over it, you can see a breakdown of the travel time and time on site for each visit. And secondly, we've updated the weekly staff activity report to include travel time, so you can very quickly see where your staff time is going. And this is just the beginning. Having time accurately recorded opens up a huge range of opportunities for business improvement. Now, a quick point about automated time tracking and GPS improvements. These are only available if you have your ServiceMate location setting set to always. One final change we've made to help improve time tracking accuracy is our new checked-in status indicator. Now, when you're checked in or navigating to a job, you can see this colored bar on the top of the job list. When you tap on it, it'll take you straight into that job. Very visible and hard to miss. The final improvement we're making to visibility is data in your account. Firstly, we've made a minor improvement to jobs and revenue reports. They now automatically show as year on year, so you can see how your business is performing seasonally. Reports and data are great for identifying issues and opportunities in your business, but finding the time to review and understand reports is hard, and it's not always clear what to do from there. So we wanted to provide some insights into your business that were actionable, digestible, and easy to review on a regular basis. So we've boiled down some key metrics that identify common issues and opportunities in your business and put them into a single dashboard. Introducing the Business Dashboard. It provides a quick view at your business's performance over the last 28 days, compared against the previous 28 days. It highlights whether this month was better or worse than the previous month. So that's great, but what do I do with them? Well, each statistic provides some simple ideas around what you can try with ServiceMate to improve that number. The advice isn't revolutionary, but it does make it an easy task to focus on. Take some time out one day a week to review your dashboard and put one thing in place to improve one statistic. If you're consistently reviewing and reacting to your business data, you'll see improvements over the long term. Communication is a core function of ServiceMate. This year, we've made a range of improvements to help make communication better. Let's start with the updated dashboard. The activity feed is now neater and easier to read. Tasks are displayed on the right, and you can open jobs directly from the task to see what it's in reference to. The activity feed on the app has also been updated. It's neater, nicer looking, and easier to read. If you need a staff member to know about something, it's now possible to tag them in the job diary or activity feed. When tagged, that staff member will receive a notification telling them where they were tagged. Tapping on that notification takes them straight to the relevant job or activity feed post. This is fairly simple, but it's going to be hugely powerful. For example, tag a staff member responsible for ordering parts for a job. Tag a staff member about important info they need to know about a job. Or tag everyone in the activity feed about a staff meeting. In the app, phone numbers and emails stored in the diary now support tap to call or email. And online, you can click on emails to start one. You can also now tap and click on web addresses throughout ServiceM8, which will be great for linking out to product information, Google Docs, customer websites, etc. You can also now click on job numbers. If you type hashtag and then enter a job number, that will create a link straight to that job, which can then be opened from anywhere in the app or online. You can also tap phone numbers and web addresses in knowledge articles, which will be great for storing contact information, supplier details, or product data sheets that are useful across your jobs. Instant messaging in ServiceM8 has been overhauled to make it easier and faster to use. On the app, when you receive a message, it's now possible to reply directly from that message notification. And staff messages are now directly accessible from the Activity tab, making unread messages much more prominent. And anywhere a staff member is tagged, you can tap to instantly message them, whether you're in a job or in the activity feed. Okay, one final communication improvement. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, a picture with some drawings on it must be worth 1,004, maybe 1,006. We've previously supported marking up photos through other apps. It worked, but it required a bit of mucking around. So now you can simply open up a photo, tap markup, and draw. You have a great range of pen types, tools, and color options, including a ruler for making straight lines. When you save, it's available straight away from the diary. We've also added support for Apple Pencil, which takes accuracy and precision to the next level. If drawing is a big part of your workflow, it might be worth getting one of these bad boys for your iPad. If you use photos in your forms, you can even mark up the photo while completing the form. Great for pointing out key details to customers. And we've also upgraded the diagrams feature in ServiceM8. It now allows highly detailed drawings with the same great range of tools and Apple Pencil support. And for the first time, we're bringing diagrams to the iPhone, because it was previously only available on the iPad. Our final area of focus was around administration, looking at where we could reduce or eliminate tasks in your business. First up, we've made some changes to the customer payment terms add-on, which lets you set invoice payment terms for individual clients where your default payment terms don't suit. This feature is no longer an add-on and is now in all accounts by default. And we have reluctantly added support for 4 new payment terms: 45 days, 60 days, 30 days end of month, and 20 days end of month. We haven't done this lightly. Really, there's no excuse in 2019 to make a small business wait up to 60 days to get paid. But we understand that larger corporate and government clients often dictate these long payment terms to small businesses, and not having these options creates issues and administration. So you can now set these kind of clients to this payment term. Next, searching for clients and materials is now up to 2 times quicker. As an example, this is searching for labor before, and this is searching for labor now. We've added support to SMS quotes and invoices from the preview window. You can now preview email attachments before sending them. After you attach something to your email, you can simply click on the attachment to view it. Very handy to make sure you're sending the right attachment. For asset management, if your asset label gets damaged or removed, you can now re-tag that asset with a new label. And notes are editable. Now when you make a mistake or need to update a note, you can edit it. And at any time, you can see a full history of all changes. Speaking of editing, a common feature request for forms is the ability to edit them. Now, we've been against this idea because we don't want to create a scenario where field staff aren't completing a form correctly because they know someone in the office can fix it at a later date. This just creates an additional admin task that should have been completed correctly in the field. That said, it is possible to make a genuine spelling or grammatical error in the free text areas on a form. So today, we're introducing a way to fix these types of errors. Now, you can click the edit button on the form in the app or online, and change any of the free text fields, which will save an updated version of that form. Online, you can view all previous versions by clicking See Version History. If the form has a signature on it, it will be removed when the form is edited, so this isn't suitable for forms with signatures. We've supported the ability to send your clock on and clock off times to your accounting package as a timesheet for some time now, but currently it requires you to manually send it through each week. Today, we're introducing automated timesheet syncing. You can now set ServiceM8 to automatically send your staff's clock on or off times into your accounting package as a timesheet every week, which you can then use to pay your staff. Combined with the introduction of automatic clock on and clock off, you now have a near automated staff timesheet system. Keeping your materials up to date is a repetitive and time-consuming task, so we wanted to make this much easier. So today, we're introducing automated supplier price list importing. If your supplier sends you regular price list updates, you can now set ServiceM8 to automatically import these and update your prices and materials. Here's how it works. You can generate a unique email address for a supplier and provide this to them. Every time a supplier emails through an updated price list file, it will automatically import into ServiceM8 and update your material items and pricing, automating this admin task altogether. New items in the file will create new items in your material database, while those that match an existing item will simply update with the relevant details and pricing. You can also set a blanket percentage increase to the sell prices being imported, if you want to charge more than their standard sell price. And it helps keep your material database under control too. Say a supplier discontinues an item and drops it from their updates. If a supplier item from a previous import is not in the next one, it will be deleted from your ServiceM8 account, saving the clutter. And if you delete a supplier, it will also delete all the items imported through that supplier, helping you keep an up-to-date material list. Okay, so we have one final feature to share with you today. Something that's been requested for a long time. The ability to assign multiple staff to a booking. Now, you can currently do this by dragging the job onto each staff member or creating a booking for each staff member. But if you regularly have multiple staff working on jobs, this is time consuming. So we've made this much easier. Now, you can add multiple staff to a single booking. Just click them from the list to add them, and to remove them, just click on the staff member's name. ServiceM8 will learn staff you commonly pair together and offer them as a suggested team, which will add them all at once. You can drag and drop multi-staff bookings like you normally would, and change the duration. You can even change individual staff assigned to a booking by simply dragging the booking onto another staff member. If you don't want it to be a team anymore, hold Shift and drag to break them apart. On the staff schedule on the iPad, you can reschedule, update duration, and change staff on bookings. From the new booking window, you can assign multiple team members. And we even support multi-staff booking suggestions, where ServiceM8 will suggest times when all staff are available. Once booked in, multi-staff bookings show like this on the job card. Okay, today we released a huge range of improvements to both ServiceM8 Online and the app. We've added support for iOS 13 with dark mode, AR measure improvements, and improved text size support. Improved visibility with the updated online calendar, updated app calendar, booking preview, GPS improvements, track my arrival improvements, online staff status visibility, automated time tracking, app check-in status, improved travel and job time reporting, improved job and revenue reports, improved staff activity report, and the new business dashboard. We've improved communication with a new online dashboard, improved activity feed, staff tagging, tap support for phone numbers, emails, web addresses, and jobs, improved staff messaging, photo markup, and the new and improved diagram feature. And we've reduced administration with the customer payment terms improvements, improved client and material search speed, SMS support for quote and invoice previews online, the ability to preview email attachments before sending, asset label replacement support, edit note support, edit form support, automated timesheet export, automated supplier price list importing, and multiple staff booking. With over 30 improvements across ServiceM8, I'm sure you're thinking, that's enough. Stop. We can't take any more amazing improvements. Well, brace yourself, because we do have one more thing to share with you today. ServiceM8's text messaging has always been great for keeping your customers in the loop, with on-the-way texts, booking reminders, quote follow-ups, and more, all allowing a really great fast communication with your customer. The problem is there's currently no easy way for the customer to reply. Well, today we're excited to announce a great solution for this. Introducing TwoWay SMS. With TwoWay SMS, your customer can reply to a message and even add images to all text messages sent from ServiceM8. Here's how it works. When you send a message, it will automatically add a reply here link at the end, which takes the customer to a message portal with your branding. They can then simply type a message and hit send. The customer reply shows instantly in the job diary, and it automatically notifies the staff member who sent the message. From there, you can quickly reply back to the message and it will appear instantly on the customer's side. The customer can even send photos, opening a great new route for getting more information about a job remotely. They can see a full history of text communication with your business throughout the job. And if you send the customer a track my arrival, view invoice, view quote, or feedback link, it will highlight as a separate button so they can't miss it. If after a few months the customer wants some additional work done and they send another message through that same link, the reply will come through to your inbox, allowing you to quickly convert it to a job. And if you have automated follow-up set up for a job, any customer replies will go straight into the inbox, meaning you never miss a message. SMS has always been a great channel for communication in ServiceM8, but with TwoWay SMS, it's even more powerful, and we can't wait to see how it helps your businesses. Okay, that's a wrap. Everything we've talked about today, including the ServiceM8 app, will be available shortly after this presentation. It's all also available on all ServiceM8 plans, so no one misses out. We want to thank you all again for using ServiceM8. We hope it's making a positive impact in your businesses and lives. Thanks, guys. See you later. Are they still there? Are we out?